Have you ever felt like you're walking on eggshells around someone, constantly second-guessing yourself? Or maybe you've left a conversation feeling confused, drained, and somehow responsible for things you didn't even do. If this sounds familiar, you might be dealing with a master manipulator. These aren't just characters in movies. They're real people who use subtle, covert tactics to control others. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on these dark psychological games. We'll uncover how manipulators exploit your deepest weaknesses and, most importantly, how you can reclaim your power. This isn't about paranoia. It's about awareness and self-protection. So, let's get started. First, let's understand the manipulator's playground, your emotions, and your core beliefs about yourself. They are experts at identifying your insecurities, your desire for approval, and your kindness. They see these not as virtues, but as vulnerabilities to exploit. One of their most common weapons is gaslighting. This is where they deliberately twist reality to make you doubt your own sanity. They'll say things like, "That never happened. You're being too sensitive," or "You're imagining things." It starts small. Maybe they deny a promise they made. Over time, this constant invalidation erodes your confidence in your own memory and perception. You start to think, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am overreacting. This confusion is exactly what they want. It makes you dependent on their version of reality, giving them ultimate control. Another powerful tool in their arsenal is guilt tripping. Manipulators are masters of playing the victim. They'll twist situations to make you feel responsible for their unhappiness or their problems. Phrases like, "I wouldn't be so stressed if you just helped me more," or "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me," are classic guilt trip lines. They prey on your sense of duty and compassion. You end up doing things you don't want to do, not out of love, but out of a manufactured sense of obligation and guilt. This isn't the same as someone genuinely expressing their hurt feelings. With a manipulator, it's a calculated strategy to control your behavior. They make you feel like you constantly owe them something, keeping you trapped in a cycle of debt you can never repay. Let's talk about a tactic that often flies under the radar: love bombing. At the beginning of a relationship, whether it's romantic, a friendship, or even a professional connection, a manipulator might shower you with intense affection, praise, and attention. It feels incredible. You feel seen, adored, and special. But this isn't genuine affection. It's a strategy. They are creating a powerful, positive association with themselves. This initial phase of idealization makes it much harder for you to see the red flags later on. When they start to devalue you, you'll find yourself chasing that initial high, desperately trying to get back to the good old days. You'll make excuses for their bad behavior because you rehooked on the memory of that perfect beginning. Love bombing is the bait, and once you're on the hook, the real manipulation begins. Another subtle but incredibly destructive tactic is the strategic use of isolation. A manipulator knows that their power over you is strongest when you are alone. They will subtly, and sometimes not so, drive a wedge between you and your support system, your friends, your family, anyone who might offer you a different perspective. They might say things like, "Your friends are a bad influence," or "Your family doesn't really understand our connection." They might create drama every time you plan to see other people, making it so exhausting that you just stop trying. Over time, you become isolated. Your world shrinks until they are the center of it. With no one else to turn to for a reality check, you become more and more dependent on the manipulator for social interaction, validation, and even your sense of self. Now let's look at projection. This is a psychological defense mechanism where a manipulator will take their own negative qualities, feelings, and behaviors and attribute them to you. For example, a person who is constantly lying might accuse you of being dishonest. Someone who is secretly cheating might become intensely jealous and accuse you of flirting with others. It's a bizarre and confusing tactic that serves two purposes. First, it allows them to avoid taking responsibility for their own flaws. Second, it puts you on the defensive. You get so busy defending yourself against false accusations that you don't have the energy to notice what they are actually doing. It's a smokescreen designed to distract and confuse you, keeping the focus off their own toxic behavior. So, how do they know exactly which buttons to push? Manipulators are keen observers of human behavior. They use a technique called probing. Early on, they will test your boundaries. They'll make a slightly inappropriate joke, ask for a small, unreasonable favor, or make a subtle criticism disguised as a compliment. This is called a negging. They are watching your reaction. If you laugh it off, comply, or don't challenge them, you've just shown them where your boundaries are weak. They will continue to push, a little bit at a time, until they have completely eroded your sense of what is and isn't acceptable. This gradual erosion is key. If they were overtly abusive from the start, you'd run. But by slowly chipping away at your defenses, they can normalize their controlling behavior over time. Recognizing these tactics is the first and most crucial step toward freedom. So, what can you do? The most powerful tool you have is setting and enforcing strong boundaries. A boundary is not about controlling someone else's behavior. It's about controlling your own. It's about deciding what you will and will not tolerate. When someone gaslights you, instead of arguing, you can say, "I know what I saw, and I'm not going to debate my reality with you." When they try to guilt trip you, you can respond with, "I understand you're upset, but I am not responsible for your feelings." These statements are not aggressive, they are assertive. They draw a clear line. Be prepared for pushback. Manipulators hate boundaries because boundaries take away their power. They might get angry or play the victim, but you must hold firm. Another vital step is to reconnect with your support system. Reach out to those trusted friends and family members that the manipulator may have tried to isolate you from. Share your experiences with them. Hearing an outside perspective can be incredibly validating and can help you break free from the fog of confusion that the manipulator has created. Remember, isolation is their ally, so community is your shield. These people can remind you of who you were before the manipulation began and support you as you find your way back to yourself. If you feel you've been deeply affected, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist trained in dealing with emotional abuse can provide you with tools and strategies to heal and build resilience. Finally, you must learn to trust your intuition, that gut feeling, that sense of unease, that little voice in your head that says something is right here. That is your internal alarm system. We often learn to ignore it, especially when a manipulator is telling us we're being too sensitive or crazy. It's time to start listening to it again. Your intuition is your most primal form of self-protection. If a situation or a person consistently makes you feel drained, confused, anxious, or small, pay attention to that. It doesn't matter if you can't logically explain it right away. Your feelings are valid data. They are signaling that something is wrong. Trusting yourself is the ultimate act of reclaiming your power from those who seek to take it away. Breaking free from mind control is a journey, not a single event. It requires courage, awareness, and a commitment to your own well-being. Remember the tactics: gaslighting, guilt-tripping, love-bombing, isolation, projection, and probing. By understanding their playbook, you can see the game for what it is and refuse to play. Set boundaries, reconnect with your support network, and above all, trust your gut. You deserve relationships that are built on respect, honesty, and genuine care, not control and manipulation. You are not too sensitive or crazy. You are perceptive, and you have the strength to protect your peace. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on psychology and self-empowerment. Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced any of these tactics. Your story could help someone else feel less alone. Stay strong, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next video.